Hello, this is Matthew Miller from the ZDNet Smartphones and Cell Phones blog. We're going to take a walk through the Kin 1, and as you can see here, here's the retail box for the Kin 2 and then the Kin 1 right here. I'll just kind of walk through the hardware and show you a bit of the software as well. So here's the hardware. As you can see, looks quite a bit like a small stone hockey puck. Fits well on the hand. It's actually pretty small, and we're looking around the hardware. We've got a button here for the camera, a dedicated camera button, a 3.5mm headset jack, the 5 megapixel on this model. It's an 8 megapixel on the other with the bright flash as well. I'll try to show that. Over here we've got another button, which I'm not quite sure what that is for on that side, and then volume buttons up here on the top with a micro USB port on the side for connection and charging. And that's about it on the back of the device. As you can see, quite smooth. It's got kind of a rough textured feel to it. And here's the front. Slide it up, and we have a QWERTY keyboard, front-facing QWERTY here. Letters are quite big. It's slightly arced, as you can see there. So it actually, your thumbs fit in there quite well. I'm pretty pleased with some of the typing so far. It's actually much more user-friendly than I thought it would be for a small device. So let's just jump through some of the interface here. This is one of the main screens, and then you can slide it to the other direction and see your loop, where you see your contacts, your favorites, things like that as we scroll up and down. As you can see, it's a capacitive screen too. We slide left to right. This is kind of your app area. Here we have messages, phone, email, browser, music and more, settings, alarm, camera, feed reader, search, contacts, and help. And then over here in the bottom corner we've got a clock. If you tap that, that's where you actually get your signal strength and ringer settings and things like that. And then the other thing that's a big deal in this is the spot here in the center where you can throw things in, and we'll take a look at that here in a minute. So just jump through some of these apps. Here's messaging. You can see you can create a new message here for a text message, look through some contacts, type a message, pop it up, and go ahead and type away at the message. You jump back into, I'll go ahead and delete that message and jump back out. And we have the phone with a phone dialer, all touchscreen phone dialer, as you can see there. Jump back out. Email is supported, Exchange, IMAP, POP, all those common email. I'm not sure if they're threaded text. Email is shown here. Let's see. It is by contact. We've got the browser here. This is the web browser. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the site. See how it looks on the Kin 1. Pardon me for my slowness as far as finding things like the well, that wasn't it. The slash is another. I don't see a backslash. How do I get to? There we go. There it is. Pardon my slow typing as I learn the alternate keys are on this keyboard. Now I'm looking for the minus sign. There we go. And connect. Now we are inside a building, but it does have a pretty decent Verizon signal, I believe. So here we go, and it's going to jump to the mobile version of the site, I see. Which on a device like this, I suppose, what you want. And there you go. That's what it's looking like there. And there's not like you can find the details on the browser and things like that. It looks a lot like what we see on the Zune as far as the web browser goes. Jump back out. Let's scroll up a little bit. Music. Now this is the first shipping phone with Zune integration. As you can see, there's music, videos, radio, Zune Pass. Podcasts also appear here if they're loaded. It looks like the only limitation thing that's missing is the apps at this time. So if I push play, let's see if it'll play the song. You can kind of hear it through the speaker at the top there. So you can actually listen to your Zune music without a headset as well. Has the same Zune controls as well for pausing and playing and things like that. You can also stream your content or have the songs loaded on the device itself. Let's just jump into settings, see what we've got here. I'm curious about these. Music, radio, storage. It shows how many gigs I have free. That's one thing I have to ask about is storage on the device. So here's some settings. This is one that I always like to find out about. Wireless control, phone themes, sounds, language, location, phone updates. Let's see for sounds, vibrate ringer. I'm not sure if you can have custom ringtones for each contact. We'll go look at that in a little bit. The alarm clock functionality. Create a new alarm. Go in there. Back out. Let's take out the camera. So there's some pictures that were captured. Scroll right or left, we've got favorites, albums, online, with your online camera. Now if I push the camera button itself, I think that activates the camera. Use location, it asks me that. I'll say always for now because it has geolocation built into it. And go ahead and capture a picture here. There we go. Quite bright is what they said as well. Let's keep on going. Feed reader, this is RSS feed reader. You can add custom feeds to it. You can see there's also feeds for Twitter, Facebook, and some of your social networks as well. Search is a Bing search, or search your phone. Start typing something in here. There we go. It's right and left. There's a lot of the right and left. So my phone, search Bing near me. Those are the different search options that you've got, which are kind of nice. And here's contacts. Let's take a look at the contacts here. So you go into a contact, you'll see some of the things that there's their contact information. You can see Facebook, MySpace, if they have Twitter as well, other social networks integrated with it. Back out, there's help. Connecting to a website for the help page there. So this is like one of the main pages, and as I said, there's the loop there. Let's go back to the camera. Actually, what happens with music? There's no spot in music I just saw. So let's go back to the camera. Find a picture. Now if I want to share that, I can just drag it right into the spot. And as you can see, it loads it up. Drag another one. Tap, hold. Drag it into the spot. We tap on the spot. Does that get me into there? There we go. So we see the spot that I have ready to go. I can delete them if I want. I can send them to upload or send them text or email. So there's a lot of capability in this. Now I haven't played with it very much, but just wanted to show you a little bit about the Kin 1. And as you can see, this is definitely fast and responsive, much more faster and responsive than the one that I saw several months ago. Everything just kind of flows. It kind of has a magazine look and feel to it with, your contacts. There's some favorites. See up and down. Tap on a favorite. You can see their information. Mainly social networking based. And their contacts. Going right and left shows you quite a bit. So let's look at the Kin 1 from Microsoft. So here we also have the Kin 2 in hand. I'll take a look at this. This would be much more appealing for someone like me, and I know my oldest daughter prefers a bigger keyboard. So here's kind of a look at the Kin 1. As you can see, the larger display does show you quite a bit more information. And we can slide right and left. Again, we see the loop here, and then we slide again to the left, and we see all of our favorites. Bounce around, jump into the landscape view here. There we go, we see our favorites. Jump over to the loop, scroll up and down on the loop, and then over here. So the software is all the same as far as what I showed on the Kin 1, just the hardware is a bit different. And as you can see, jumping in with a larger screen kind of shows you without having to scroll around on it. Jumping into the feed reader, we see we got just kind of checking out a couple of the feeds. Rotation is fast. Portrait landscape. Keyboard is much wider, as you can see on the keys. The buttons are kind of big on there. Kind of give you a focus on the lettering. Walk around the hardware a little bit. The 3.5mm headset jack is inset just a little bit on this Kin 2, as well as the micro USB port. There's again a hardware button. So the buttons and hardware buttons are pretty much the same. This does have an 8-megapixel camera with a flash as well. And there's the RSS feed, just so you see. Again, with a spot and the integration. There's a lot inside one of these, but it's pretty simple, it looks like, to get around it as well. So let's look at the Kin 2.